Okay, so people going to a restaurant, they can have a starter, main course, and a dessert. Venn diagram. People having all three courses, be here in the middle. Nobody had no courses. A few people had start and a main and a dessert, just a start and a dessert, bit odd, and all three courses. Okay. S and D are statistically independent, so the chances, the relationship between you having a starter and a dessert apparently are independent, means they don't affect each other. Well, probably not true in real life, but we need to remember that if S and D are independent, the thing we wrote down is if two events are independent, the probability of S is and D happening together is equal to the probability of S times D. This is if they are independent. We should have written this down and implanted it in our brain. Okay, so we know that's true for the rest of this question. For 4 marks, so we have to think about it. It's not going to be straightforward. We need to find the value of P. So let's use this. We know the probability of S and D must equal probability of S times probability of D. So S and D is 14, 0.14. These two bits in here, 0.14. Probability of S is anywhere in that S circle. So altogether in that S circle, 0.17 plus 0.10 plus 0.04, that makes 0.31, but don't forget to include this P, plus P. The probability of D is anywhere in the D circle, so that'll be 0.10, another 0.10, 0.20, 0.35. I can solve that. Divide both sides by 0.35, gives me 0.4 plus P. P is equal to 0.09. Okay, let's find the value of Q. Q is this little bit in here. I know that that little bit here is now 0.09. I know that everything should add up to 1. So I know that everything should add up to 1. Just need to get on and work that out. Basically everything else gives you 0.17, 0.1, 0.15, 0.06, 0.09, and of course Q, this all adds up to 1, so Q comes out to be 0.39. Next little bit. Find the probability that they have a dessert given that you know they had a main and a starter. So you know they're in the main and the starter bit. So this is how I would do it, and then we'll do the formula way. We know they're in the main and the starter bit, so they have to be in this pink blob. What's the chances they just had a dessert? Oh, that they had a dessert as well. So if they had a dessert, they would be this bit. So the chances that we wanted them to be in the pink bit, so the pink bit altogether is 0.27. What's the chances they had a dessert? 0.1. 0.10 if you want. And it's the same bit for the next part of the question. Probability that they had a dessert, given that they had a main, but they did not have a starter. So if we look at that again, what's the chances that they had a main but not a starter? So a main but not a starter. So that's this bit. This is main and not a starter. And I want to know what's the chances that they had a dessert. So people that had a dessert are just this bit. So that was 0.15. Chances that had a dessert, 0.15. A main and a starter is the same, 0.15. Plus remember we said that Q is 0.39 plus 0.39. And both of these simplified quite nicely. So this one came out to be just 10 over 27. You can leave it like that. and this one comes out to be 5/18. You can, of course, do these two with the formulas, and you'll get exactly the same answer. So this formula would have been probability that they were dessert and main and starter over the probability that they were main and starter. So dessert and main and starter is 0.10 over main and starter 0.27. And you could do the same thing down here. They will work just as well, not a problem. Right, the last bit. Lots of information here to work out for 2 marks. 2 marks again tell you it won't be that difficult. You won't have to do that much once you've got your head around what's going on. 63 customers are booked into Polly's restaurant. She finds out their starters and their mains afterwards. She wants to predict basically how many desserts they're going to have. 23 ordered a main course and a starter. Bizarrely, main course and a starter here. What's the chances they have a pudding? Spooky. Main course without a starter. Main course without a starter. What's the chances they had a pudding? So this one wasn't too bad. Those 27 people that had a main course and a starter, 10 out of 27 of them will have a pudding. So that would be 10 people. Out of the 36 people that had a main course without a starter, 5/18 of them will have a starter. So that will give you 10 as well. So altogether, 10 plus 10 is 20.